I observed my father's face and his emotional reaction at this little-ish chocolate Labrador. One tear went down my father's face as the puppy tried and tried to get closer, to get up on the bed to lick my father's face. Did I see a smile there? It certainly looked like a smile. And yes, he would not let the dog leave him. I loved to sit at his feet and stay within his vision, holding his hand. I had the routine of saying, "Hi, Dad," in a cheerful voice every single time I got him to look me in the eyes. One of the caregivers showed me how he could give me a kiss. God allowed that this ritual was maintained, even until the time when my father was on his deathbed. Certainly, my father now had the look of life as he played with the puppy. Bringing the puppy to my father had the desired effect, in that he got a visit from his daughter, his granddaughter, and a puppy. I longed to spend more time there, but we had to go home now so that we could beat the 5 p.m. rush hour traffic. Reluctantly, I switched my mind over now to the emotional and physical demands of driving home through Malibu Canyon yet again. I gave the little human one first a 10-minute, then a 5-minute plan for departing home, so that her little mind could change courses in anticipation for leaving. Off we went, traipsing through the tulips for a good day's adventures. We buckled up and headed for home, which was back through Malibu Canyon. The hardest part of the day was over, and I could now wipe my sweaty hands and try to relax for the scenic route home. At least we would be on the mountain side of the road. We had much less of a chance of falling off the mountain road, but we were still in danger of rock slides and mudslides, especially during the rains. The road was closed for any and all of these disasters, and on this day it was sunny, clear, and conducive to visiting Grandpa. Now that we did our good deed for the day, I listened to K-Earth 101.1 on the FM dial, while the baby bent her head forward to engage with a little handheld leapster leap pad. Uneventfully, we made it through the canyon, and I was driving toward a red light at the end of the road, the intersection with Pacific Coast Highway at PCH. Pepperdine University was to my right, and I noted that 2 deer were eating grass at the top of one grassy hill. The light at PCH was red, so I saw no need to use gas. I let the truck coast, while behind me, a man in a blue truck got impatient and passed me to the right, making sure his skidding was loud enough for everyone to think that once he was trapped and now he is free. He stopped at the red light just like everyone else, and then the light turned green. La-dee-da. By this time I had coasted near to the intersection, but I was still 50 feet away from the light. I was thinking that all I had to do now was to go home and get ready for dinner. I needed to go grocery shopping. Smoked salmon, different kinds of cheese, seedless green or red grapes. Then, out of nowhere, BAM! my car was twirled around, and in the blink of an eye, my truck was now facing oncoming traffic. I could see faces of drivers, all of them shrieking and then turning their steering wheels away from my truck. I was in their lane. Tons of cars were headed straight for me. Solution? Everyone simply passed around me, in their madness to get to their own destinations. I could see their blank faces as if they were blurred out for a TV show. Even when the light changed, and a second onslaught of cars zigzagged their way around the smashed cars. Another set of seemingly subhumans drove right by us all, as if their destination was more important than our lives. Blank, blurry faces, except for the two gentlemen who helped with traffic control and getting my truck moved over to the right side of the road. In the second line of cars passing the accident area, one woman had her window all the way down. I screamed at her, "How can you just drive by? Can't you help? I have a baby in the car." Blank face, faceless head, and not a turn of the head nor a twitch of the face. No conclusion that this was a fresh car accident. No computation or assessment that perhaps someone needs help. Just leave me and my baby and my puppy alone facing oncoming traffic while you chew your gum and readjust your rear view mirror so you can pretend you never saw me. God saw everything. All the cars drove away, leaving me alone with my baby and my puppy in the truck. Again. BAM! The lady that hit me had the following trajectory. Flying southward, she turned onto Malibu Canyon, and then she hit my rear tire. She spun me around, and my head and neck underwent a huge brain swirl. All I know is that I never saw her car, BMW convertible, coming at me. Witnesses told me that the lady was speeding at around 90 miles per hour. My baby and my dog were okay, and I was dumbfounded to realize I was in a car accident. Huh? Car accident? Except for my skin, sunburn, sun poisoning, I felt okay on the accident scene. No confusion, no problems ambulating, i.e. walking. No nausea, no vomiting, and altogether more. Not a scratch. Later, a large bruise formed on my right arm, as I had swung the door open to check on our little one. And the large door rebounded closed while I was standing and crying tears of panic to make sure my baby was okay. I looked at the cement street where the accident occurred. There were no brake marks. And one witness confirmed that the lady appeared to have lost control of her car. No brakes. I keep thinking that if she had just used her brakes, she would not have barreled into the red truck, totaling it directly after she hit me. If I hadn't gone for horse riding lessons, if I hadn't visited my father, if only. No, all things happen for a reason, and God knew that I could deal with my situation in such a way to educate others and change things for the better. He leads my path, opening doors that need to be opened and closing the doors that need to be closed. I know how to trust in God. I know. He watches out for me every day. He allowed this seeming catastrophe to occur, and he knew that this was going to happen. The direction of my life, my path in the medical world, was forever changed. Perhaps my destiny is that God allowed me to go to medical school, anesthesiology residency, and critical care fellowship, then work at UPenn in the ORs and the ICUs so that I can assist and be knowledgeable about how to describe things to doctors in doctor language, so I can help them help me, so I can help myself, so I can live this long and share my thoughts in writing about how to describe things to doctors in doctor language, so I can help them help me, so I can help myself, so I can live this long and share my thoughts in writing with you. I should have died about 5 times already in the last 3 years. But no, God continues to listen to my pleadings and to lead my life as I asked of him. Car accident. I wasn't doing anything. This thought passed through my mind over and over again, as if it had any power or abilities. It was as if the realization of the accident was far away, and I was in such shock that I was a wanderer who hardly knew what to do. I called my real estate agent, and he agreed to meet me at the Palisades house. Trepidly, I drove the truck home, still in a stupor but motivated to get all of us out of the truck. Perhaps I never should have done it, driving home. I should have accepted a tow away instead of getting right back into my car and driving away. Just look at the tremendous damage as 2 vehicles sat astride the road, crumbled up into accordions of metal. Idiot that I was. My advice now: use common sense. If the other cars are totaled and need to be towed away, let them tow away your car too. Don't drive it, especially if you were the first one to receive a hit. I felt fine, but the length of time in the sun was now weakening me, and I could feel my lips start to tingle as my anaphylactic reaction to the sun was put to the test. I saw no need to seek a medical opinion by immediately going by ambulance because I felt fine. Actually, no one on the scene appeared to be injured at all. Unbeknownst to me, the microscopic trauma of the brain had already been set in motion, and my brain was probably swelling in the multiple areas of damage.